Hi everyone, Megan here. I am your host this evening. Welcome to the Money Mindful Book Club. It is the last one for the year. Let me know if you are here while I just wait for people to join. When you come in, give me a little hello or a wave in the comments, and I know that you are here. I am just going to have a little check on Facebook to see. Let me know if you can see me or hear me. Let's see if I'm coming up here. Yes, it looks like I am live. Oh, but I'm frozen. If you're there, just type something in the comments so I know that you are there so I can see you. Oh, hi. Yes, hello, Allah, great. And you can hear me okay? Christina, welcome. So good to see you. Yay. Oh my gosh, yes. What a year it has been. But I don't think we need to talk about that. We can just talk about the year of less in terms of this book. So if you're just joining in, I can see that there's a few more people coming in. Welcome. This is the Money Mindful Book Club. Thank you, Allah. Thanks for letting me know. Amy, hi, welcome. We are talking about tonight The Year of Less by Cait Flanders. Let me know if you listened to the interview that I did with Cait. Just give me a yes or a no in the comments. I'd love to know because I want to reference that interview this evening. So I'm curious to know whether you have heard it or not. It was a couple of episodes ago, just earlier on, not this month because it's December, but earlier on in November it came out. Okay, so while I'm waiting for those responses to come through, I will just let you know, I can see that everybody who's here at the moment who has said hi has been here before, but in case there's any lurkers who don't want to join in the comments, which is totally fine, you are totally welcome here. I'll just let you know that the best way to get the most out of book club is to join in. So the way that this will run is that I pose I pose questions. You can type your answers in the comments. I usually read all the comments out. Sometimes they go a bit fast and I can't catch them. So if I don't happen to answer your comment, it's only because when some of you all type in at once, it goes a bit too fast down on the screen. Okay, Alice says, yes, she's listened to the interview and so has Amy. Oh, so great. And totally fine if you haven't read the book. As you know, you don't need to have read the book to answer the questions. This book is about Cait Flanders' experience where she created a shopping ban for herself for 1 year, and she had some rules in terms of what she could spend, what she could buy. So she could spend money on consumer goods, things that she needed like toothpaste or shampoo or food, but anything that was not part of a list that she created for herself, like I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know that I think she needed to get a new pair of shoes, and she budgeted that into, that was something that she was okay with spending money on. And this is about her experience of going through that and what that was like to have this shopping ban. Full disclosure, I have never done a shopping ban. And in fact, if you are from Sydney, hi Nidhi, I know that you are, we've just experienced a 40-degree weekend. It was 40 degrees on Saturday and Sunday. And I tell you what I did on Sunday afternoon. I went straight to the shopping centre and bought myself a whole heap of white clothes. My wardrobe has gone from a Melbourne wardrobe of all black and beigey cream colors to now white and beigey cream colors. So I spent freely, and any white items of clothing that were made of cotton or linen, like this dress, I purchased, because the thought of spending the next 3 months in black clothes, that was my wardrobe in Melbourne, is not appealing at all. So I'm curious, did any of you read the book thinking that you might like to do something in terms of create a shopping ban for yourself? Nidhi says, oh yeah, tell me about it, super hot. Yeah, we went to the beach in Wollongong and I thought I was going to die. It was so hot. We won't be doing that again. Next time we'll just be closing all the curtains and not leaving the house. Yeah. So did any of you read the book with the intention of trying out a shopping ban? I'm just seeing if any comments are coming through. I did not read it with the idea of creating any limitations on spending, but I found this whole concept of not spending for a year, just fascinating and appealing. Ella says, shopping ban may be a bit too radical for me. I like buying things. Yeah, totally. But what was really so revealing to me was all of the life changes that Cait went through when she did the shopping ban, because what happened is things that she would normally do to just go out and spend money on things to fill a hole of what she was feeling, she wasn't able to do. And this is what we talked about on the podcast. We talk so much about our feelings and how they affect what we spend money on. Nidhi said, I tried it partially, only buying necessities. Oh, tell us more, Nidhi. I'm really curious. Did you try it for a period of time? Are you still doing it now? Julie, hello, Julie. We only had 2 37-degree days here in Bendigo. Yeah, 37, that's nothing, Julie. Yeah, it was 40 here. Julie is actually my neighbor from when I used to live in Bendigo. So Julie, so great to have you here. Amy said, I just need to buy less in general. Yeah. Yeah. But Amy, do you think you would be interested in trying a shopping ban, like setting up rules for yourself? Is that something that you would be willing to try? I'm curious to know your answer, and Nidhi, when you let us know more details, I'll read it out. Okay, so let me just go to my notes here. Okay, so I'm going to be asking you some questions that I have myself, but I'm also going to ask you some questions that are actually in the book. So if you have the book, there's a reading group guide section at the back of the book, which is page 184. So if you want to reference that, that is there. Nidhi said, I tried it for 6 months. So Nidhi, what was your experience? Did you find that it was difficult? What was the most challenging thing about it, or was it not challenging? Did you notice any change in your behavior in terms of how you dealt with life issues? Nidhi says, I only bought what I absolutely need and can't do without. No more new clothes, etc., accessories, etc., just basic necessities. Christina says, I need to be more mindful of what I buy, and yes, I think I'd be interested in undertaking something like this, maybe not as hardcore. And Amy said, absolutely would trial it out, may have to ease into it slowly. Yeah, so and apologies if I cough. I have had an illness for the last month. It's over, but there's just like this tiny little remnant that I can't seem to crack. It's not as extreme as it sounds. Like, this book is not a brand new book. It came out a couple of years ago. And when I first heard about it, I was like, no way. I would never not shop for a year. But if you listen to the interview that I did with Cait, it wasn't that extreme. Like, she still spent money. Like, she still went out to dinner with people. And that is one of the common misconceptions, that people thought that she wasn't able to spend money on anything. No, not at all. There were certain things, like life experiences, that were still in the realms of what she was okay with spending the money on. It was just the mindless consumption of goods. So she mentioned that she used to buy a book, like a couple of books a month. And when she did an audit in her house, because this was what she did in simultaneously as she did the shopping ban, she also cleared out her house of all the things that she didn't use anymore. And when she spread all the books out that she had on her shelf, she had a really large number. I can't remember how many, but like way more books that she could even read in a year, that she had purchased that she still hadn't read. And yet she was continuing to buy more books. And I'm curious if any of you have ever noticed this behavior. Like Louis, my partner, just this week bought deodorant, and there was already another spare deodorant in the cupboard, and he just didn't even realize. Like, this was what Cait was talking about. Hi, Anna, welcome. Okay, so Nidhi said, even now I think about needs versus wants and ask myself, do I really need this thing? And most of the time the answer is no, I don't. That's really interesting, Nidhi, and I really like to hear your comments, like everybody's comments on this, because like I just said, I went and bought a whole heap of stuff on the weekend, clothes, like light clothes. And for those Victorians, because hi Joe, who are here, we don't wear a lot of white in Victoria, okay? It's not a thing. White jeans are not as popular in Melbourne as they are in Sydney. And I'll have you know, I just purchased some white jeans. I don't need technically these clothes. There are clothes that I have in my wardrobe, but I don't want to go through summer up here with a whole wardrobe full of dark clothing. And so that's like an interesting distinction, because I'll be totally honest, Nidhi, like I did have a moment where I was like, well, should I be spending this money? And it's like, yeah, I totally want to be comfortable in summer. But yeah, technically there are clothes in my wardrobe that I could wear. I have black singlets that I could wear. I have gray shorts that I could wear, but I don't want to. I want to wear light colored clothing in this temperature. So yeah, what are your thoughts about that when it comes to, is it okay to just buy stuff that we want? And I mean, that's a personal decision, but what do you think? Okay. Joe says, I like shoes way too much. I'm right there with you, Joe. Yes, shoes are the best. I don't know why they spark so much joy, but they do. Nidhi said, it was easier than I thought and certainly helped me not to do any impulse buys, which I used to do earlier. Yeah, that's a really good point. And Cait talks about this, and in fact there's a question in the book that is the last point, and it says, what does the term mindful consumer mean to you? What are some ways you want to try to become a more mindful consumer? And I think for me, it's what you're saying, Nidhi, just being intentional about it. So deciding ahead of time and not deciding in the moment at the shop. That is the difference for me. So it's making that decision that, yes, I'm going to make this purchase, and thinking about it, liking my reasons, knowing my why, and then going and doing it, as opposed to walking around in a shopping center and it's like, oh, shiny thing. Yes, that would look great in my home. I'm just going to buy it. That's the difference for me. How about you ladies? Oh, Joe says, I wear white jeans today. No joke. Joe, you've never been one to follow the crowd. So that doesn't surprise me at all. You walk to the beat of your own drum, which is a beautiful thing. All right, but you'd fit in really well up here because people wear lighter clothes in New South Wales, I've noticed, and they also work out more. And I think it's because it's hotter up here for more of the year, and so you're exposing your skin more. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. Nidhi says, yeah, you need it at Megan, so it's fair. As you said, it's a personal decision. I have shopped for a few things myself over the weekend. Yeah, okay. Joe says, last few weeks I've tried to just stick to the list, only shop for what's on the list, no excuses. Yeah. Well, I found that when I started shopping online, doing grocery shopping, Joe, online, that was much easier for me to stick to the list because we just had our shopping list, and then you just literally type it into the search bar and then it comes up. And then if you shop all the time, it's like the things that you normally get come up on the online shopping. And we spent a lot less money at the supermarket shopping in that way. That was in the past. We don't do that now. Nidhi says, yeah, it's more planned shopping now than randomly buying stuff. Yeah. Okay, so I want to talk to you about feelings and money, because what I just absolutely loved about this book is how Cait was really forthcoming with her honest experience about first when she stopped drinking and how drinking for her was a buffer or a vice, if you will, that helped her not feel her emotions, right? Like when she talked about examples of breaking up with a partner, and in the past she would have just gone out and drunk, right, to just get over it. But when she wasn't drinking, she didn't just have that option to go out and drink. And so she felt like shit. And then she talked about that she went out and, you know, bought all these new things and needed a new car. And so it was like she was buffering, but with shopping, because she didn't want to feel the negative emotion that came with a breakup. And I would really love to know your thoughts about this. Like, do you notice that you do things to avoid feeling your feelings, right? Like my classic one for me is I don't like feeling bored and I don't like feeling restless. They're two emotions that I really don't enjoy feeling. And when I feel them coming on and I can feel that sort of restlessness in my body, I get up off this seat and I walk to my pantry that is through that door and I have a little snack. I'm not hungry at all, but that's what I do to give myself something to do so I don't feel restless, right? And so many people do this with shopping or smoking or drinking. Like, and it's not wrong. It's not wrong to drink or smoke, or I mean, maybe if you don't want to get cancer or something, you might want to think about your smoking habits, or shopping, it's not a wrong thing to do, right? But if you're doing it to avoid feeling emotions or because you're trying to make yourself feel better, that's when we get ourselves into trouble. And this is where I think what Nidhi's saying about planning ahead of time really creates awareness around that, because you're not just finishing work and walking around the shops and thinking that you deserve it. You deserve that new top because, you know, your boss was a real asshole to you today, right? It's like, I deserve this. And again, it's like nothing wrong with buying something that you want or or of course you do deserve whatever you want, but are you buying that item because you've deliberately decided ahead of time that you want that item? Or are you buying that item because you've had a shit day and now you're reacting and you're out in the shopping center, you don't want to feel like that, and so you're just going to spend money, or at home, online shopping, whatever. Yeah, tell me what you think about that. Margot, welcome. Great to see you here. Margot says, hi Megan, my guilty vice is workout clothes. yeah, I've got a whole drawer. I feel guilty for not exercising and think a new pair of Lululemon tights will be the motivation I need and solve all my problems. Yeah, of course. Like, you run faster when you are in Lululemon, or obviously you are much more flexible when you do yoga and you are in that workout gear. Yeah, 100%. I'm right there with you. Okay, so Joe says, okay, to be honest with you all, like Cait, when I got sober, I started to shop a lot. Yes. I have clothes with labels still on and brand new shoes in their boxes. When I get home, I would feel so guilty and want to take it all back. Yeah. But can you see the connection, Joe? Like, it's about not wanting to feel negative emotion, right? Because we don't feel negative emotion when we do things to avoid it, like have a glass of wine or go out and shop. In the moment, we avoid it, like we push it away. And then when we stop drinking, like taking the edge off, or when we stop going out to have a ciggy, like every time we get annoyed with our work colleague or whatever, you feel shit because you feel what you're actually feeling. And most of us don't get taught how to process our emotions. And so we feel something negative in our body and it's like warning, wrong. Let's get rid of this. We don't want to feel sad, or we don't want to feel anxious, or we don't want to feel uncomfortable or nervous. So let's push it away. And I'm so curious to read Cait's new book, Adventures in Opting Out, I think it's called. And if it's not called exactly that, apologies everyone, but I think that's what it is, because it's sort of like the journey that she goes on, that she has this whole awakening, if you will, when she learns to be just comfortable being who she is, like all of it, the good and the bad, because we feel positive emotion and negative emotion. And then she's continued this way of life, like just being okay to be who she is and not do things because she's supposed to feel a particular way or be a certain way. And also, she absolutely does not follow this shopping ban anymore. But she talked about in the interview how it just made her much more of a conscious, a mindful consumer, because she actually went on and did it for another year and recorded everything that she bought, like toothpaste. And she knows how much toothpaste she goes through in a year. And so it's like when you have 5 toothpastes or whatever sitting in your cupboard, she actually knows how long it takes to use up those things. And although that sounds so extreme, I kind of really love that, because I think we do tend to over consume, like we buy more than we need. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with having an extra tube of toothpaste, but when you are really conscious of it, it's like, whoa, I've actually got enough product in my cupboard to last me for years. So when you look at it that way, you really don't need that much stuff. Okay, let me connect in with what you're saying. Jo says that she totally relates to Margot. Yeah, 100%. Christina, yes, I definitely emotional shop. Yes, sad shop, happy shop, angry shop, mostly stationery, books and candles, right? Shopping is my quick fix emotional band-aid. And like, it's so amazing to be aware of that, Christina, because like the first sort of step of awareness is after the fact, when you realize, aha, like, and you've obviously got that because you can see that you do that. And then the next step is kind of noticing when you're doing it in the moment, like you actually are feeling that urge, you're in the shop, you want to buy something, and maybe you do buy it, or maybe the next step is kind of like actually feeling that urge to shop because you don't want to feel your emotions, and then just actually feeling your emotions and just being present and just being okay to be angry or sad or happy. And I love, that's so interesting that you said happy, because that's another thing. It's almost like we don't even know how to feel the good emotions as well. We get so good at avoiding emotions. It's like we live on the margin of our life, like outside of like the full experience of being human. Anna says, I really feel that it helps to pause in the moment and ask myself, why do I want to buy, eat, do this? Yeah, I love that, Anna. Absolutely. Why? Like, just have that in your back pocket, right? Ask yourself why. You can change your life with that question, why? Anna says, I totally buy extra skincare, makeup when there's a 50% off sale at Priceline. I have, and oh my gosh, is this something that I shouldn't admit on live Facebook and that will be recorded forever, but I'm going to say this. My friend who is a makeup artist, who some of you guys know, will probably like be shocked if she heard me say this, but I have a blush that I use, and I've had it for a couple of years, and I wear that every day that I work. Like every day that I put makeup on, I use this powder blush. I only have one, and I'm not even halfway through it. I don't even know why they're that big, because how you would ever use that much blush. So if you had a few different blushes, like if I had more than one, that would be like enough to last me, I don't know, 10 years. Like really, when you start to look at it, it's like, how much makeup do you need? I mean, as much as you want, but in terms of if you're just buying it for need, like what you actually need, you don't actually need that much. And it's quite incredible when you examine that. And yeah, I totally wear makeup beyond the use by date. You heard it here. It's yeah, I do that. Amy says, I put things in my wish list and wait till it's further discounted before considering purchasing. And do you find sometimes that you don't end up buying it, Amy? Because after a while, it's like that urgent desire for the thing goes away if you don't buy it straight away. I find that I have an idea that I want something, and generally if I don't buy it within like the week or a couple of weeks, often I'm just like, you know, I don't actually need that thing, and then I don't end up getting it. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to ask you was, one of the questions poses, it says, why do you think we encourage one another to spend money when we all want to be saving or putting more towards the things we really value and want out of life? And what my answer to that was, and I'd love to hear what you say, is that it's like we want to fit in. You know, like we go out and everybody else is buying lunch. You've just eaten lunch, but you just buy lunch anyway because it's like everybody's buying lunch and it's social. And of course, like we all are going to do this, right? But why? why is that a thing? Like, why do we even need to do that? And there's so many behaviors I think that we do that left unquestioned, it's just stuff that we've always done and we've never even questioned whether it's something that we need to do. Yeah, it's like, you know, and people, they have a goal like buying a home, you know, a big financial goal, but then it's all the friends are going out for drinks or they don't want to miss out, and you know, oh, it's just this one occasion. You know, these are the things we tell ourselves. But when you are mindfully consuming, it's like, well, what is it that you actually want? You know, do you want to spend $500 on a new, I don't know, a couple of outfits, or do you want to put $500 in the share market or towards the saving for a house? It's all like how you think about it, and neither is wrong. There's nothing wrong with either, but it's your decisions ahead of time. Like, why are you doing it? What do you guys think about that? Okay. Nidhi says, I do this too. It helps me rethink. Just going back to the putting things on the wish list. It helps excuse me, rethink if I still decide to go ahead and then wait for the discount. Yeah, I don't wait for discounts. I just buy it if I want it. But I do find though that when you go and look at something, often if you don't buy it straight away, yeah, it does get discounted and then you can get it for half the price. Joanne says, oh, my makeup is shameful. I still have green glitter eyeshadow for revolver nights. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's time to let it go, Joe. That is Revolver still open in Chapel? I mean, COVID and all that aside, I'm not sure. I haven't been down Chapel Street. And for those of you not from Melbourne, Revolver is a nightclub that everybody in Melbourne has been to at some stage in their life, but I'm not sure if it still exists or not. Joe says, I never used to do this, but since getting older, I'll buy a whole new outfit, shoes and accessories for every special occasion and then not wear it again. Okay, interesting. So, why? Like, do you like your reason? Because if you do, like, not a problem, right? Like, if that's in your budget, if you can afford to buy a whole new outfit and you want to buy a whole new outfit and you feel really good about buying a whole new outfit, in my personal opinion, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But if you don't want to spend, if that's not where you want to be spending all your money, or if you're buying it because you feel like you have to have a new outfit every time it's a special occasion, yeah, what are your thoughts, Joe? Really curious. And it doesn't matter what you did in the past either. It's like, what do you want to do moving forward? Do you love your reasons? Do you want to keep buying a new outfit every time? Or are you like, actually, no, I could just wear the same thing I wore? Okay, so she says, I think it's because those occasions are so rare. So it makes it more special if you wear a new outfit. Is that what you mean? Really curious to hear your thoughts. All right, so another question, and this was, I think this is referring to the point where in the book, Cait got rid of a lot of her stuff, which kind of sounds counterintuitive, but when you're not buying anything new, but actually it was a really beautiful thing for her to do. But the question says, whenever you let go of something negative in your life, you make room for something positive. And then it just says, describe a time in your life when this was true for you. I can just relate to this because, I mean, this year is such an example for me in terms of how much growth I've had in my personal life and professional life, that I really have just let go of a lot of stuff from my past, just in terms of even who I was last year to compared to who I am now. And by just letting go of items in my home, clothes that I wear, it really, I mean, it's a chicken and egg thing, like what comes first, but I really feel like it has made room for where I want to go in the future. You know, like does the person who I want to be in the future wear this item of clothing that I still have in the wardrobe that I'm umming and ahhing about? And it's like, no, I totally would not wear that if I was like living my ideal life. And so it's like, see ya. And by living in that way, it really does create space for something new. Do you guys do that? Do you get rid of, do you do clear outs? Do you let things go, or are you holding on to things, or do you identify with items as somehow part of who you are? Joe says, okay, back to the comment about buying new outfits. It's like reinventing myself each time. Interesting. Okay. But you still haven't said whether you like your reason or not, right? Like if you like your reason, beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Like just enjoy it. It's like, yeah, I just buy a new outfit every time I go to a special occasion and I love it. No problem. Nidhi says, I did a lot of decluttering in the past year. How has it affected your life, Nidhi? Have you found that it's had an impact on you, like how you show up as a person? It does for me. Like I just bought some napkins and I got given some nice placemats that I wanted. I just had my birthday last month. And because I just decided I wanted to be somebody who set the table every time that we eat with the kids. And that's a thing that we do now. And I just got rid of all the old random napkins we had and went and bought nice, new, matching, beautiful ones. And yeah, nothing. I mean, that was mindful consuming. And yeah, we didn't need new napkins. We had napkins, but we had all like ones that were just random that had been passed down. And personally for me, I don't want that. I want to have a beautiful set table with all matching napkins. I just decided that that was something I wanted to do, and so we did it, and now it's actually really nice, and even the kids are a bit calmer at the table. I can't say that, I mean, is there a link? Like if you want your kids to be calm at the table, put matching napkins down. I'm not sure, but like try it. Right? But it does seem to like set a tone for the dinner table in the evening. Okay, Christina says, I did get rid of clothes every now and then, but I definitely need to let go of a lot more things and more often. Yeah, 100%. Let it go. Especially if you're trying to create something new in your life, Christina, because it creates space. And in one point that I want to mention, I listened to a podcast recently for life coaches. So, I mean, unless you're a life coach, it's not really relevant, but it was about like cognitive overload. And basically our brain processes so much all the time. And it does it automatically. That's how amazing our brain is. But everything in our house, our brain has to process. And so if you have a whole heap of stuff in your house that you don't necessarily need, your brain is still processing that though. It's seeing that thing. It's seeing that pile of papers. It's seeing those clothes in the wardrobe that you don't normally wear. It still has to process. There's still a cognitive load that your brain takes on. I mean, this isn't like technical or anything, but it still sees it. Whereas if it's not there, it's gone. Your brain doesn't have to process that information. And I don't know, how do you guys feel when you go to a hotel? Like, I love going into a hotel space and there's nothing there. It's just the bedside tables and the lamp. But it's clear space, right? There's no stimulus everywhere. What are you thinking? What are you thinking about what I'm saying? Do you can you relate to this? Are you getting any aha moments? Like, if you have if there's a lot to process around you all the time, it's your brain doesn't have the space to think about other stuff, like about the new career that you want to do, or creative thoughts about new things that you want to do in your life, because your brain is too busy just processing everything that you're surrounded with. Okay, let's catch up on what you guys are saying. So Nidhi says, I love it, the decluttering. Much more space. It's more about quality over quantity. Yeah, absolutely. Amy says, after decluttering, I generally feel more free. Yeah. Margot, I love decluttering. I recently sold some clothes I don't wear, and it was so nice to think I can put that money towards my savings goal, right? Yeah, like things that you don't need. So good. Nidhi, yes, lots more open space, feels great. Yeah. And it's, it's like if you're in the city and you just hear noise all the time, you don't even notice it. But when you go out of the city and you're not in the city all the time and it's quiet, or there's not as much stimulus, when you go back to the city, it seems so full on, but nothing's changed. It was always like that. It was always like that when you were there, but you just were you didn't even realize that you had that much stimulus all the time. And yeah, I really think that is why minimalism is such a popular thing. And I don't mean like you have to have a fucking white house or whatever and you can't have stuff everywhere, but I mean, you can't have things that you love, but it's just about a more intentional space. Like, what do you actually want to be seeing in your space every day? Do you want to open your wardrobe and see stuff there from 10 years ago that's not even relevant to who you are anymore? Right? Like, you just wouldn't even wear those clothes. It's not who you are. And yet you still hang on to it and still have to process that information every time you open your wardrobe. Interesting way to think about it. Okay, so what stops you from making big life changes or attempting challenges similar to Cait's or others you've heard of? Would giving yourself the freedom to not do it perfectly help you start? And is there anyone or anything that could support you? I love this question because it's like, what is holding you back from doing what you really want to do? That's what that question says to me. And my answer to that is nothing. I feel like I'm totally doing what I want to do right now. I mean, if all I mean that is holding me back would be my own fears about attempting to do something bigger with my life. But the more I learn to feel my emotions, the more just not afraid I am to try new things, because it's like I've talked to you guys before about the first time I did book club. I was nervous. I was scared to go live and talk with. I didn't know if anyone was going to show up. I had no idea how it was going to go. But by doing that and just experiencing those feelings of uncertainty and discomfort and just embracing all of that and doing it anyway, I realized that even if I do show up here and fail, like if my daughter walks in, I don't know, naked or something from the shower, or no one shows up, the worst that can happen is a feeling that I'm going to feel discomfort in my body. And I don't know if you guys get my email or not, but I gave an example of when I first launched the podcast, and some guy just like sent me this like disgruntled message about how he didn't like it. Basically, my saying hello, beautiful people was like that. I don't know, that upset him. And also he didn't want me talking about money because I didn't have a 3-year finance degree. When I read that, I felt rejection and I felt shame. And I remember distinctly where I was in my kitchen, at my kitchen bench. I felt this heat rise all up through my throat and into my cheeks. I felt so hot. And in my stomach, I just felt this churning feeling. But then that was it. And afterwards, it was like, right, like that's the worst that can happen. Like I was so afraid of that when I launched the podcast. I was so afraid of people rejecting me and rejecting who I was. And then when I actually did get rejected, it was like, so it just feels like this heat rising through my body and my stomach feels unsettled and it's kind of like this movement. But that's it. That's what rejection and shame feels like in my body. And when I felt that, I just realized I can handle rejection and shame. It's like totally fine. I mean, not fine as in I didn't enjoy feeling it. I'm not saying I enjoyed feeling those feelings, but when I was just able to feel them, like I didn't go out shopping, I didn't drink a glass of wine, I just felt those feelings. And when you learn how to feel your feelings like that, it's like you can do anything because there's nothing holding you back, right? Like you can just go forth and do whatever it is that you want, because the worst that can happen is you're going to feel an emotion that you don't like failure or embarrassment or humiliation. And if you're willing to feel those feelings, you can basically create whatever you want. What do you think about that, guys? I'm so curious to hear your thoughts. Nidhi says, so glad you started this book club, Megan. Love being part of it. Right? Like I wouldn't have if I hadn't have done this because I was too afraid to feel like all the feelings that came with going live on Facebook, this book club wouldn't exist and I wouldn't have met you guys. And some of you have become my clients. I wouldn't have like had the opportunity to work with you, which has been like so incredible. And yeah, so feel your feelings, ladies. Do not hold back doing things because you're scared of feeling a particular way. Like you're not going to die. A feeling is just a vibration in your body. It doesn't feel good, some of the emotions, but it's not going to kill you. Like it's actually fine. Okay, Christina says, the thing that holds me back is just my own thoughts and mindset, but I'm working on it. 100%, Christina. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And I know that you understand that. Yeah, it all comes down to what you're willing to experience. And this is what Cait did. Like she was willing to experience the discomfort of feeling the urge to buy something and not buying it. And just being like, all right, like it's actually okay if I don't go out and buy 4 books every month. My life is still good. Like we don't need external things to make ourselves feel better. I think that's like really the crux of it. And because on the back, where is it? It's beautiful. I love it, what it says. Oh, I have to find it. I'm so sorry. Let me. At every stage, the less she consumed, the more fulfilled she felt. And then, through personal stories, she writes about what happens when money, minimalism, and mindfulness cross paths. And I think for her, what happened is that she just became more connected with herself and who she really was. Like she developed a relationship with herself. instead of just buying stuff or drinking stuff to, avoid feeling negative emotion. So just like for those of you who have read the book, tell me what your biggest takeaways are. And, or if you haven't read the book, what's your biggest takeaway from the conversation tonight? In whatever aspect. Like, I've talked a lot about feelings tonight. So what are your thoughts about that? I mean, have you ever thought about money and feelings in that way? Do you connect them? Is this the first time you're thinking, I totally relate to what she's saying, I think that's what I do? Or are you already aware of it? What are your thoughts? And also, I totally want to know if anyone would ever do something like this. I mean, I know we kind of talked about it at the start, but tell me your biggest takeaway. And this is the last book club of the year, guys, so write it in the comments. I want to know, and this is what we're just going to do to wrap up. What have you learned and what is your biggest takeaway? And for me, reading this book, the biggest takeaway I got from this, and I think this is why I enjoyed it so much, because I feel like it had so many parallels from my own experience this year, not from not shopping, that's not what I've done, but just personal growth in other areas of my life with what I'm talking about, like that, being able to experience emotion, and how she just, by not looking externally all the time to look for external things to solve her problems and just being with who she was, she just was so much more alive. And that meant that, yes, she did experience, I guess, not more negative emotion, but she just actually experienced the negative emotion instead of trying to avoid it through, what I've talked about this evening, drinking, watching TV, whatever it is that you do, like to avoid feeling particular things. And also, none of those things are wrong or bad. It's just we use them to not feel sometimes. And sometimes we do it intentionally. It's like, for sure, sometimes I just sit in front of the TV because I'm like, I totally want to blob out. I don't want to think. I want to be entertained. I want to just, relax my brain, and that's fine. But I think for Cait, and for what I can relate to from her experience, is just being more intentional, just creating that awareness all the time around what you are feeling, how you're living your life, and do you like your reasons? Like, are you doing the things that you want to do? If not, change. And if you are doing the things that you want to do, great, keep going, but just being aware, making conscious choices, planning your life ahead of time as opposed to reacting to it. Okay, so Alice says, time to clear my desk off so it's not cluttering my mind while I'm trying to concentrate. Yes. Margot says, take-home message would be to ask the whole question, to ask the why question when I want to buy something, and to sit with emotions more instead of buying things to relieve them. Yeah. Any of you also, if you want to lose weight, all you need to do is be okay with feeling your emotions instead of eating your emotions. That's how you lose weight. You don't have to do fucking do-can diet or whatever. You just have to feel your feelings, and you won't overeat. That is the secret. That's it. That's all you have to do. Amy, takeaway, being more mindful about purchases and trying to focus on whether I need it or if I'm just emotional. Yeah. How the energy flows in a different way. Ooh. Okay, tell us more, Nidhi. Tell us more about that. That sentence doesn't give me enough information. I'm totally intrigued. Tell me more. I mean, I think I relate to what you're saying, but I would love to know more about your thoughts. Okay, and as we just wrap up, to let you know, in case you didn't know already, I always post this live and the interview, if I've done an interview with the author, on the Money Mindful website in the book club section. So it will be on Facebook, but if you ever want to go back and look into anything that we've done, or listen to the podcast episode, or see anything that I've put up to do with it, I always put it on the book club section of my website. There's a section for every single book club month that we have done, and they all have the lives posted in there, and they all have the interviews with the authors if I've done an interview. So you can always go back and access that information if you want to, and links to get the books and everything is in there. There won't be any book club over January. To be totally honest with you, I haven't decided 100% whether book club is coming back in 2021. Well, I actually have already decided that I did want to do it, and I have a book list and everything already, but I have something else in the works. And if that comes off, I won't be doing book club. So that's just the honest truth of it, because I'll be rearranging my time, my schedule, and I won't be available on the Tuesdays to do it. But if book club comes back, it's coming back in February. And if it doesn't come back, I have books that I want to share with you. And if it doesn't come back in this format, I will definitely be still sharing those books with you, because there's heaps more that we can read and learn. But the plan is that I'm back in February, but I'm just going to be totally straight up with you and say, I don't want to talk, I can't talk about it, but there is another project in the works, and if it comes to fruition, then it'll be that project and not book club. So I'm just going to read the last couple of comments and then say goodbye, ladies, for 2020. Nidhi says, when we're not thinking about stuff, we are focusing it on what really matters. Little non-materialistic pleasures of life. Yes. Nidhi said, would love to have it back in 2021. Yeah. The plan is, Nidhi, to come back in February. I have a book, everything in mind, but I am, literally have another project that I'm working on. And if that, I don't know when that's going to start and what's going to happen with that. So I'm giving myself the option to, to not come back to book club if that is what I need to do to look after my time and what I'm doing. But if Tuesdays nights are still free when I can do this project, I'm going to be here 100% in here, because I love it too. I absolutely love it. I love being here with you. Alice says, thanks for all the great reads for 2020, Megan, and thanks, ladies, for the chat. Happy New Year, everyone. Yes, Happy New Year. Thank you so much. I have got so much out of this. I have absolutely loved and adored every minute of being here with you. This is something that I look forward to every month. I really enjoy reading the books, but I enjoy so much more the conversation being with you on our Tuesday nights. So thank you. I'm very, very grateful, and so I just love it. I just love being here with you, ladies. So thank you for joining the experience and being here with me. And until I see you in February, and don't worry, no matter what happens, I will let you know. We'll totally be in communication with you. Yeah. All right. Thank you. See you next year.